New poll released on the issue of healthcare, and you are going to love this. 70% of Americans now support Medicare for all in new poll. 70% of Americans. God diggity damn, son. Listen, it wasn't that long ago that it was 51%. It was the tiniest majority. But really, statistically, it was a dead tie. 51%. That wasn't that long ago. That was 3 years ago, maybe. Now it's 70%. 70%. What? See, listen, and this is with, I mean, more people are talking about it, but really it started with Bernie and his campaign, and now, there are a few more politicians here and there that have jumped on the bandwagon. Then also remember our Justice Democrats campaign. I implored you guys to call your congresspeople and tell them, hey, support this or we're not going to vote for you. And we chipped away. We got from, I forget the exact numbers now, but I think it's over 100 congresspeople that now support Medicare for all because you pushed them there. But, I mean, this thing has, it's a snowball effect. It's a snowball effect. And now we're getting to the point where it's becoming the duh position, which is exactly what we want. We want it to be the duh position. See, and I've been crystal clear from the beginning. A lot of people try to hide it. I don't. People ask, hey, do you have a litmus test for who you vote for? Yes, I do. And it kind of annoys me when people act like that's a dirty thing. Like, ooh, you have standards that you want your politicians to abide by? Yeah. Of course. See, to me, that's the duh position. The common sense position is, yeah, there are some things that I view as not negotiable. One of them is Medicare for all. It is not negotiable. You have to support it. If you're a politician and you want my vote, you have to support Medicare for all. And now 70% of Americans say they support Medicare for all. We're winning this battle of ideas, to steal a phrase, and I don't even think this thing is in high gear yet. Do you think it's in high gear? I don't think it's in high gear. I think it's just been the snowball effect, and it's just casually risen to this point, but it's not like people are really doing a full court press. It's not like we've gone, full out offense here. We're not doing it yet. So imagine what it would be like if every Democratic politician in the country made this a centerpiece of their platform and their campaign. Imagine if every Democratic politician pushed this. This 70% number would be like 90%. And maybe at some point it will be 90%. This is what happens with popular issues. The more they get pushed to the center of the conversation, the more people go, oh yeah, why that? Yeah, that. We like that. So, and it's happened with a bunch. It's happened with gun reform, for example. Some ideas of gun reform, some specific policies are over 90%. Universal background checks, for example, over 90%. It's happened. Gay marriage. There was one point not that long ago, it wasn't even a majority. Now we're 63% of Americans think gay marriage is the right thing. And that's, again, only going to go in the right direction. At some point it will be, what were we thinking? There was another side to that one. So I want to give you some more specifics from this poll. Again, 70% of Americans overall support Medicare for all, record high. But that includes 85% of Democrats. And get this, 52% of Republicans. A majority of Republicans support Medicare for all. You want to hear something sad? There's only 17 Senate Democrats that support Medicare for all, which means that there are fewer Democratic senators that support Medicare for all than Republican voters that support Medicare for all. And of course, there's it might literally be 0 Republicans that are elected support Medicare for all. It might literally be 0. So 35% of Democratic senators support Medicare for all. 52% of Republican voters support Medicare for all. This proves the point I've been making since the beginning of this show. The spectrum in Washington, D.C., the Overton window, has shifted so far to the right that it's not even close to representing the people. The people are way more reasonable than the assholes in Washington, D.C., who are watered down by corporate money. This 100% proves that. 70% of the country supports Medicare for all. 52% of Republicans support it, 85% of Democrats in the country. You can only get 35% of Democratic senators to support it to this point. We have to drag them to the proper position. Drag them like they're children, kicking and screaming. So, it's amazing to me that 85% of Democratic voters support Medicare for all, 85%. And there are still articles being run in Politico, and they think they're a serious outlet. And they run these articles. In order to win in the midterms, Democrats need to ditch Medicare for all. We just covered that story on the last show. Yeah, in order to win, they got to ditch Medicare for all, you know? It's not popular. If you really want to win elections, you got to run on popular ideas. Not ideas that 85% of your party supports and 70% of the country supports and even 52% of Republicans support. You're so sad. You're so embarrassing. That's so stupid. Like, you should, out of shame, shut down your own outlet after that. I mean, that's how stupid that is. By the way, some more interesting information here. 60% of Americans now support free college tuition. The last poll I saw was 58. That ticked up. That includes 41% of Republicans. We're almost at, we're getting there. Give us some more time, and soon we'll be over 50% for Republicans. Soon, we'll be there. Give us a little bit of time. And then, of course, 79% of Democrats support free college. If you say Democrats should not be running on Medicare for all and free college, you're just wrong. It's not a question. It's not conjecture. It's not a matter of opinion. The numbers are what they are. You are just wrong. So, to all the Democrats who want to win and who care about fixing the country, Medicare for all, free college, living wage, they didn't get into other ones, but end the wars, I'm sure, is up there. A New Deal I'm sure is up there. Our ideas are popular. We're not even really vehemently pushing for them yet, and they keep ticking up. Imagine what it would be like if every elected Democrat was on the page and was willing to push it. Listen, man, politics is an easy game that we make difficult. All those overpaid Democratic strategists in Washington, D.C., they're useless. They're useless, and they're watered down by corporate cash and they buy into that system, a system that is wholly corrupt from beginning to end. So why would you trust them? Elizabeth Warren, why would you trust these people? They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They have no clue. So we have the answers. Now it's just time to implement them and fight for them and be unapologetic on that front. And if you do that, the Republicans will be in a permanent minority from now until the end of time.